Since the Chancellor's disastrous mini-budget just 18 days ago, we've seen wild swings in the value of the pound, gilt yields up 100 basis points in a single day, and the Bank of England stepping in because, in their words, of a material risk to UK financial stability. And the IMF has now said that UK growth is to slow further next year. This is a British crisis made in Downing Street. No other government is sabotaging their own country's economic credibility as this government is. So, Mr. Speaker, can I ask, are the Chancellor and the Prime Minister the last people left on earth who actually think that their plan is working?
Chancellor.
So, just to pick up on a point, the IMF said today that actually the plan, the mini-budget, has increased the forecast for growth. So it's precisely the opposite of what the Honourable Lady has said. And it's very clear where we stand on this. We've got pro-growth, pro-enterprise, pro-business Conservatives on one side and the anti-growth coalition on the other side, who want to tax more and want to commit us to low growth.
Rachel Reeves.
Mr. Speaker, the Chancellor is in a dangerous state of denial. But the costs of these mistakes are all too real for everyone else. Borrowing costs up, growth down, mortgage payments set to increase by £500 a month. Now they scrabble around looking for cuts, hitting the most vulnerable and hitting our public services. It does not need to be this way. So will the Chancellor now put aside his pride, do the right thing for our country, end this trickle-down nonsense and reverse the budget?
So which of the tax cuts? Which of the tax cuts? Do they want to stop the basic rate, the cut in the basic rate? Are they committed to having a high tax economy? And the other thing I would suggest is that she should get her facts right. The IMF today have said that our growth is going up, not going down.
I think the House will agree with me that the uncertainty over the state hasn't exactly helped forward planning when it came to benefits. Any real cut in benefits will mean people not having enough money to buy food and buy clothing for their children. So does the Chancellor agree with me that increasing benefits in line with inflation is the only fair way forward? Indeed, it would be immoral to do otherwise. And as the Chief Executive, Inverness Citizens Advice Bureau has pointed out to me, such benefit money is spent locally, within the local economy, and is a boost to what the Chancellor has talked about many times, which is growing the economy.
Well, I'm delighted to see that one member of the anti-growth coalition is focusing on growth, but in relation to his specific question, he will understand that the medium-term fiscal plan is coming out on the 31st of October, and I'm not going to prejudge any measures in it.
Some families in Battersea struggle to keep up with the rising cost of living. This government has chosen to help bankers by removing the cap on their bonuses whilst maintaining the cap on household social security.
Shame.
Now, despite soaring bills and growing inflation, the cap has remained stagnant since 2016, plunging hundreds of thousands of families into deep poverty. The cap on social security is cruel. And how can the Chancellor seriously justify removing the cap on bankers' bonuses but not on the social security cap? So will he have a word with his colleagues at the Work and Pensions Department and change that?
Mr. Speaker, the Honourable Lady's fully booked her place as a member of the Anti-Growth Coalition. In 1970, this government is not afraid to be on the side of the people that create the wealth that funds our public services. In 1979, the top 1% of earners paid about 10% of income tax. They now pay 29.1%. That's 3 times as much.
Businesses of all sizes are struggling with Brexit, import costs, material costs, the weak pound against the dollar and the euro, increased wage and energy costs. And they still don't know what will happen when the Chancellor's temporary reprieve ends in March. The clock is ticking. Calder Millerfield, a food manufacturing business in my constituency, have come back to me with their latest quote, with relief applied, £944,000 per year, up from £160,000 last year. What was the Chancellor going to do to support manufacturing businesses now, because they will not survive with these increases?
Chancellor.
As I've stated, the energy price guarantee does help in a large measure businesses. And also, I'm not, Mr. Speaker, going to take lectures from the SNP about growth. I mean, in Scotland, for every year from 2010 to 2019, the growth was lower than for the rest of the United Kingdom. I'm not going to take any lessons about supporting business from the Honourable Lady.